What's going on, everybody? Just about 69 HD here, bringing you guys episode number 2 of WWE Sports Talk. I have 5 more topics for you guys that I'm going to be talking about in specific detail. I wrote down a lot of things between all 5 topics and all that stuff, and then also I'm going to get to talking to about Ace Gamers at the very end. So let's get to it and actually start talking about this big #1 rumor that's been flying around the web the last couple of days, and it is about should they let The Rock leave WWE, actually, since he's kind of trying to portray a movie kind of star kind of side, if you think of it now, since he's getting there in the age limit, basically. But let's get to the 3 things that I wrote down. These are kind of more a mixture of my thoughts and also what I think will happen. So I think for this article and this one is separate, I'm going to say I think The Rock, right now, he's done everything that you could possibly think of in the WWE. So that's one thing checked off that we really do not want him to stay around for, because he really doesn't have that much to go for anymore. He already faced John Cena, beat him, and then lost him. So that's out of there. He doesn't need to complete that anymore. And then his age is going to be a very, very big deal, because with this big injury that he had at WrestleMania 29 against John Cena, that's kind of shown that it brought out a wrestler, and I'm going to say this, it was Carlito. I saw a message saying that Carlito was thinking that The Rock was taking steroids, but I know that the WWE would never allow that stuff ever again in the business, because that's really devastated their company a lot, and I highly doubt it. I just think he's been working out with all these movies and stuff that have been coming out in the past couple of years. He's just had to be in his best shape of his life, and then that basically cost him after WrestleMania 29 on returning to Monday Night Raw the next day, and apparently he skipped that because of the injury. So age is going to definitely be a big issue, because we don't know if he's going to stay healthy, so why not just let him leave? That's kind of another opinion on if they should let him go. And then also another opinion from me is that he's a big movie star now, guys. Come on. Like, he's been in G.I. Joe. He's been in, I think, there's an upcoming one, Fast and the Furious 6. I think he's been in that Pain and Gain, I think it was called. Yes, he's been in that. And then there's, I think, 2 other ones that are coming out or have come out this year with him in it. So he's up there with the big guys, and I think he's mostly going to start sticking to acting instead of wrestling, because if you've seen him, he's done okay. I would say WrestleMania 29 wasn't his best match, but it was still good to watch. So let's move on from that topic. So leave in the comments below on what you guys think about if The Rock should leave the WWE or if he should stay in the WWE and actually help them out and actually kind of still be a part-time wrestler for another year or 2. Just let me know down in the comments, please. So let's move on to number 2. Topic number 2, actually, should I say. And this is also been kind of a rumor in the last day or 2. It's just been, I wouldn't say it's a rumor. I would say it's more of a thought. So should WWE superstar CM Punk be a babyface again is the question. So my couple of thoughts on that are that he'll get more of a bigger push than what he's gotten in the past as a really big heel. So like the things that I'm thinking that he'll do better on if he was a babyface is that he'll get more respect, more fans, and he's had better matches, if you thought of it, when he was a face, because he had more respect and everybody kind of cheered for him, went all out on him, and so he basically tried to do his very best, and that's where he pulled like one of the best gimmicks of all time in 2012, which was really amazing. That was back, I think it was 2012 or 2011. I think it was 2011. Yeah, 2011 was definitely, I think, the year that he pulled that big gimmick, or it was 2012. I really am confused, but I know it was one of those 2 years that he pulled the very best gimmick I've ever seen him pull, which really drew in the WWE the WWE fans, the WWE world. It brought in everybody. So yet again, if he becomes a babyface, those are the things you're going to be seeing. You're going to see a lot better potential and a lot better superstar instead of a heel getting basically dissed on, being a coward and asking for respect. Instead, you can be a guy who can gain respect from people, gain fans, and get better matches out of it, and become better contenders for other opportunities as well. So that's kind of like the one big thought for me, that I think CM Punk should definitely become a babyface yet again, because this would kind of save his kind of character, should I say. He's been really a pain in the butt the last couple of months, if you guys have noticed, and we really don't want to see that, because it kind of makes his character nag and nag all the time. But that very last day, the last week on Monday Night Raw, was just showing that could possibly happen after he gets back from having his time off and all that from the WWE after getting seriously hurt at WrestleMania 29. So with that, let's move on to the next thought of that. And with him doing that, he could definitely jump into higher things if WWE plans him right as well. And I think I've kind of mentioned it a little bit between this respect and kind of thing. If everything goes good, I think he'll do a lot better than what he's done in the past. So that's mainly all I have to say about this. And if you ever thought of it, if he becomes babyface, wouldn't you think that would be a better matchup between him and Brock Lesnar later this year? That's been basically rumored and officially planned, kind of. So I think that would basically fit better with him being a babyface. So leave the comments in the description, or comments below, should I say, on what you guys think about CM Punk possibly turning back into a babyface for WWE. So let's move on and actually talk about something that should happen soon, and is Randy Orton going to be back as a heel and back in the title kind of search? Do you think he's going to be in that, or is it time for him to get back into it? And my point of view, I think it's time for him to get back into it, because he has not been a champion for about a year and a half, or maybe longer than that. And that's kind of dragged his character into being kind of a middleweight / no title contender guy. And I just think that's not really what he's all about, really. I think he needs to get back into the title search. I think WWE needs to do a better job at planning him, instead of putting him in matches against Sheamus or the Big Show, Kane, and all of them. I think it's time for him to get back up there where John Cena's at, where CM Punk's at, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Triple H. Get them up to that height, and basically go for another championship. And then the only way that I think he'll go for a championship is if he gets that heel turn that everybody wants to see and wants to happen. Because if you've noticed, he's more dominant when he's actually a heel instead of a babyface. And I've noticed this, because I just think he gets his characters a lot better as a heel, because if you've seen his past, he's done a really good job at it. And being a babyface, he really doesn't need to talk that much, and he just basically teams up with better people like Sheamus. And I think that's time to move on from that and actually give Randy Orton his big push. So I would like to see what he used to become and what he used to be, which was the Legend Killer. I would love to see his character go back to those days, but I highly doubt it, since he's basically faced every legend. I don't think he's faced... Has he faced Brock Lesnar? I think he's faced Brock Lesnar back when he started, possibly. If he hasn't, then we could definitely see a match with Brock Lesnar in the future. But that's basically it on Randy Orton. So leave your comments in the comments below on what you guys think about if it's time for Randy Orton to get pushed and actually get a title for once, and also a heel turn. So leave your comments for sure on that. And let's move on and actually talk about the next big thing. And this is probably the second biggest one out of maybe these 5 topics that I've written out. But should and could it happen? But I read an article saying that Paul Heyman could he possibly bring back the ECW. And my thoughts on this are it would be a really hard thing to actually get started up again, because you would have to find good wrestlers that could do hardcore stuff like table matches, chair matches, basically some of the minor things that WWE does here and there. But that's the only way that ECW would be successful, is to have really hardcore wrestlers that know what they're doing, that can go out there every week and perform for wrestling fans all around. But apparently, since ECW is under the name of WWE now, since WWE purchased ECW, that means WWE actually has the rights to ECW's name. So the only reason that this will actually get started up again is if WWE is okay with bringing back ECW to WWE, but the only way it's going to be part of the wrestling style, and the only way it's going to come back is it has to be part of WWE, because they're the ones that own the rights to it. And Paul Heyman is not the owner anymore, so that's kind of a hard thing to do. But since him being back in the WWE, that could kind of maybe be kind of a gift to him, as you think of it, kind of a personal gift that Mr. McMahon would give back to Paul Heyman, should I say. So with that out there, I would say it's highly likely that Paul Heyman would actually bring back ECW. I know he's a good guy, and I know there's a lot of hardcore wrestling fans out there, but right now we are in the PG to PG-13 era, so I would say we're not really in the bloody and gory kind of stuff that we were back in the early 2000s or so. So I highly doubt this is going to happen, but if it happens, I hope it's going to be worth the time and wait and watch for it. So let's move on and actually talk about the final topic of today in this episode, and let's talk about Tyson Kidd. When will he be back in the WWE? So this has actually been floating around the web as well for like probably the last hour or two. There was actually a Google Hangout with the legendary and Hall of Famer Finkel, or however you say his name, the legendary announcer for WWE, and he basically was hosting this Google Hangout, and I think he invited 4 to 5 wrestling fans into it, and they talked about anything related to wrestling. And of course Tyson Kidd was there, so they kind of talked to him, going back and forth between questions and all that stuff. And the main question was what I said at the beginning of this title and the topic and stuff, is Tyson Kidd, when is he going to be back? And he basically said that he would be back probably 6 to 9 months from January, when he got hurt. And with that being said, that could kind of give you a point of view that maybe he could get a bigger push once he gets back and actually maybe go towards the United States Championship, or maybe the Intercontinental Championship, or either go very far in a big push and actually make him go towards either the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship. But I think the very first one that he would go towards would be probably the World Heavyweight Championship, since that's kind of like the secondary of WWE, and I think that would probably fit him more, since he was almost pushed into winning that back when he was actually getting pushed a little bit and being shown more. And then from a point of view, I think, yeah, if he doesn't get this, if he doesn't get a bigger push than the middle card kind of things, I think he would more kind of go towards the United States Intercontinental Championship if they don't push him that much. And I would say, I would probably say it would be more towards the Intercontinental Championship side, since you have already Wade Barrett, and he's lost it once before at WrestleMania 29, but then won it back the next day. You could probably see him losing it maybe to Tyson Kidd, but apparently we're getting close to the end here, so let's get to it and actually talk about Game Reports. If you guys want a directorship and actually join and get some more exposure, you guys can fill out the form below. That's going to be in the description. And then also, we give out partnerships as well through the Game Reports. So if you guys want to sign up for a partnership, you only need 1,000 views in a month to get a partnership with the Game Report. So you guys can go check out Ace Gamers in the description below and actually go sign up for a partnership there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of WWE Sports Talk. See you guys later.